That is the data layer that the long watch history cannot give you because watch history does not let you sort this way. And it's why synthetic watch history can be valuable. But we'll talk about that another time. Listen, watch history does not let you go back 2 years and apply a filter. Watch history shows you a scroll that goes backwards until it becomes practically unnavigable. The playlist gives you all of this. Now let me show you the current ASAP Quick Pick. In this example, ASAP 19.2, one of our most current ASAP Quick Picks. This on your screen is Natural Science 2, sorted from most popular back to a specific period in the day. The naming schema for this ASAP Quick Pick in this example, this is the 19.2. This is the 19th quarter of the ASAP series, the second month of two. That title is not decoration. That title is a date stamp. It tells anyone, including my future self, exactly when this content was routed within a specific quarter, within a specific month, within a specific arc of the broader series. And that is what a stratigraphy actually looks like in practice. The word comes from geology. Stratigraphy is the study of rock strata, the layers of sediment that accumulate over time and, when read correctly, tell you what was happening in that environment during each period of deposition. Each layer is a record. The deeper you go, the further in time you go. The layers don't lie. Your playlist system is your stratigraphy. Each ASAP quick pick is a temporal layer. Each category specific quick pick is a layer in a topical column, organized by domain rather than by time, but a column nonetheless. Sorted by date added oldest, you can read the column from bottom to top and see exactly how your engagement with that domain developed over time. What you were consuming, in what space early on, what shifted, what became more dense, what dropped away. That is information watch history cannot surface for you. For content consumers who have been on YouTube for a decade or more, who have watched enormous volumes of material, the watch later, the watch history scroll goes back months at best before it practically becomes inaccessible. You can use the watch history search feature to locate specific content, but you cannot pull up a specific week of the specific quarter and ask, what was I consuming on Fridays in Q3 2024? And what did that material have in common? I can do that because I built a system that makes it answerable. And here is why building it intentionally is different from having a long watch history. A long watch history is a record of movement. A playlist system is a record of decisions. Those are different archives. One tells you where you went, the other tells you what you chose to hold. The distinction matters because the thing you are building towards, the active content consumer who understands, remembers, recognizes, and indexes content they consume over time, is someone who is developing a consume digest, a structured, navigable personal record of their relationship to YouTube as a cybernetic ecology. Not a list of videos, a map of engagement, a stratigraphy of intention. The ASAP Quick Pick is how that stratigraphy begins. It is the first title, the first container, the first deliberate routing decision. And over 19 quarters, over 4.5 years of consistent practice, you get to 19.2 ASAP Quick Pick. You get to a system with layers, with history, with the ability to pull up any quarter, any month, any topical thread and read exactly what you were tracking and why. That is what intentional building produces. That is what watch history alone cannot give you. The cycle returns. We started this session with a frame, 4 stages. Let me close by naming where each of those stages sits with what we've been covering today. Unconscious incompetence is watched later as your only container. You don't know that your saving behavior lacks a time horizon. You don't know that the second question, will you actually consume it and when, has never been answered. The system feels functional because it's the only system you have. Conscious incompetence is where you are right now if this session landed. You can name the gap. Watch later does not introduce time. Watch later does not introduce intent. The second question has been named. The routing infrastructure does not yet exist in your library. Conscious competence begins the day you title your first ASAP quick pick, ASAP 1, or ASAP followed by a quarter and a month, or a category specific quick pick for whatever thread you're most urgently tracking right now. The container exists. The binary decision is now possible. Is this for right now, or is it something else? You make that call consciously with effort because the neural pathway is still being conditioned. Unconscious competence is ASAP 19.2. It's a stratigraphy that goes back 4.5 years. It's the routing decision that happens before you've consciously deliberated. It's the system that has been maintained long enough to become the default, and the default has become the foundation for everything built on top of it. The cycle repeats. There will be a moment when unconscious competence at this level gives way to a recognition of a new gap, a new level of granularity, a new question the current system doesn't answer, a new doctrine that extends the architecture further. That is not a failure. That is a cycle working as designed. That is the cycle working as designed. Remember, it begins with a title. And the first title, the first doctrine move, is the ASAP quick pick. This has been As an Aggregator. Now, if you've enjoyed this content and you stayed till the end, I want you to check out the content that we curate on our playlist archive channel, Mr. Pollock 890. Mr. Polik 890. Search Mr. Pollock 890 and playlist to find our playlist on YouTube. This on your screen is an example of a playlist that we curate. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day, evening, afternoon, morning, evening, good night, good morning, good evening, and you're welcome. Which puts us in May 2026. That is the temporal specificity baked into the title.